Hello everybody, and we are live. How is everyone doing? Hope everybody has had a lovely day so far. Today is the day we continue finally with Lionel Jonson. We took a break from Lion to paint our first commission piece, which was the incredible Azrael, who you can see here. He just needs to be varnished, and then within the week he'll be sent off to his owner, which is Krytor here on YouTube. So within the week that's going to be sent off to his rightful owner. But I'm very happy with how he turned out. If you want to see how this guy actually came to be, if you haven't already watched the streams, then watch the streams back and you will see exactly how he came together. But for now, we are returning to Lion. Like I said, we took a bit of a hiatus from 30k Lion to paint that piece. But we are back and painting Lion now. So, but yeah, I hope everybody's had a lovely week. Obviously, it's now Friday. I hope everybody's going to have a lovely, relaxing weekend. I'm quite grateful for the fact that Mr. Nerd, although he is home, he has actually just taken the wee man out. So for the duration of this stream, hopefully, or at least most of the duration of the stream, the wee man and Mr. Nerd will be out and about. So hopefully the house will be nice and peaceful. Except for the cats, of course. The cats will still cause mischief because it's just what they do. But anyway, let's get on with the figure. First things first, I'm going to repaint the underside of this cape because for some reason it went really, really blotchy with the shade paint. So I'm going to go ahead and just quickly repaint that once I get this cat out of the way because he's deciding he wants to try and stand on everything. Making sure we're on live chat so I can see absolutely everybody's messages. But yeah, I hope everybody's had a lovely week. I've already got my cat causing me mayhem and I've only just started streaming. I think the minute I sit down at this table, he just knows I'm up to something and he just decides that it's his turn to come over and cause me grief. It's incredibly frustrating because as much as I love him and he's very, very cute, it's not the best when you're trying to stream because then you end up with cat hairs in your paint and you end up with a cat who likes to bite your wires and tries to disconnect your camera, in my case. I don't think anybody else has that problem, but I definitely do. He just sits here and like innocently purrs at me like he can do no wrong. And it's suspicious behaviour, put it that way. When he's behaving, it's suspicious behaviour because he doesn't do behaved unless he's sleeping. Like, I'm streaming slightly earlier than I normally would. Normally I'd start at 7. But again, like it's one of those things where at the moment, just because we've got obviously a bit more brightness, it still does get dark around 7 or 8 o'clock here. And we didn't want the wee one going out when it got really, really dark and then as a result got really, really cold. So we thought we'll go a little bit earlier and stream till 8. So I'll still do my full 2 hours, but instead of going till 8:30, 9 o'clock, I'll go till 8 o'clock. I hope everybody's had like a lovely past couple of weeks as well. Obviously I haven't been live for the last couple of weeks streaming because Mr. Nerd has not been home. And as a result I can't really balance the streaming with the baby schedule. I can only balance that when Mr. Nerd is home or when he's with his grandparents. So on the couple of days, this last couple of weeks where he was out of my care and in the care of his loving grandparents, I was able to stream for you guys, which was obviously great fun. Nice little bit of a normalcy for me. But hopefully now that Mr. Nerd is home, we can get back to a more regular streaming schedule. The only time this should be disturbed now will be next week, potentially. Monday, I can almost guarantee there won't be a stream, but that's because Wee Man is going in for his second lot of vaccinations and I can almost guarantee he's going to be feeling a little bit under the weather. So Monday night there probably won't be a stream, and Friday through Sunday there won't be a stream next week because we're going to be down visiting friends and family. So there'll be a stream today, tomorrow, Sunday, and then we'll stream Tuesday through Thursday 100%. Could have 100% like done this off camera and just, you know, come back in and just done the highlighting today, but I just thought, you know, like, I'll show the full thing. Sometimes you've got to show when you're not 100% happy with something or how something stand out, and in this case it's just one of those things I wasn't particularly happy about. It's just how this looked, so it needed an extra coat for me to consider myself to be happy with it. I think I ended up actually doing the same with my 40k line as well. Like what I actually need, what would actually make this massively better, would just be if I had an actual better like shade brush. So I need to buy one. It's on the list of things to purchase, because I also need to buy the glitters ready for our next stream piece, which will be our second commission piece, which is for a lovely lady called Signed with Blood here on YouTube. So that would be the next commission piece, which would be a member of the lovely, the Ferocious Nighthaunt. Once I've done this and I'm leaving it to dry, I'll move on to highlighting other parts, and then we'll come back in shade and highlight the underside of this robe. We'll see how much we get done today. But the main focus is just getting Lion himself finished today, if we can, or at least today and maybe tomorrow. And then after that, we're just on his base, or his bases and his various Night Lords, or Night Lord bodies, I should say, that exist all over the base of this figure. Because it already had some of his highlights, but I just need to do some others. Like I need to do his red highlights, I need to do some of his, I need to do his silver highlights, I need to do his gold highlights. So there's still a lot that needs to be done to finish off Lion himself for me to be happy with it, but we'll get there. And then after that, we'll move on to the bases, which I'll get out now and show you guys. So this is the base currently. This just come off. I need to paint that still. So this is the base with various Night Lords that I need to paint, like finish painting all of these guys. Just painting the base. Paint this little Night Lord. And yeah, and then we'll put it all together when it's obviously all finished. And then we'll take some glamour shots of you guys when it's completely done to show you guys the final result. But yeah, I am excited to see how 30k Lion turns out, because as some of you may know, my faction of choice, my chapter is the Dark Angels, is Lionel Jonson. So I've already done 40k Lion and I absolutely loved it. So Mr. Nerd went out and bought me 30k Lion, which at first, when I first looked at this figure, it was really daunting to me because of how many parts there are to it. But I'm really happy with how it turned out now. So it's worth it in the end. I'm going to go in and do some silver highlights now. So I'm going to go in with Ironbreaker, and I'm going to do some silver highlights. I think it's been like a good month and a half, maybe, I think, since I last painted Lion. It's been a while since I last actually touched 30k Lion. So it was about time we got back to him. What I'm mainly focusing on here is like edge highlighting. I think my purchase of the month for this month is going to be buying myself some new brushes. Like, they don't even need to be expensive ones. Like, the one I'm currently using now comes in a set of like 5 and it's like £8 off Amazon. So I'll probably go for the same ones again and then just buy myself some really nice dry brushes. Can just see in the light there, this very light one there. Gray, I think I need some new expensive brushes too. Good call. Hello Gray, how you doing? I agree. I think I need to buy, some of them are just gonna be makeup brushes. No word of a lie. I'm just gonna buy some makeup brushes for some of this. But good evening. Good evening. The wee man and Mr. Nerd are out of the house, Gray. I have a silent house. Within the first couple of minutes, though, the cat did try to cause chaos. Ons 50 evening. Hello, how are you? But I have a quiet house for at least the next hour and a half. Or somewhere around then. My other half got me some brushes for Xmas and they have seen some use. Yep, I think that's exactly the case. Like, Mr. Nerd went and bought himself some really nice brushes. He knows there's no point in buying me nice brushes because I will just ruin them. Mostly some really unintentionally heavy-handed. I'm good, thanks for admiring your painting. Thank you. You've come to the right place to admire painting. We basically just do this most evenings. I was saying at the beginning of the stream, Gray, I will be streaming pretty much every day. The only days that I won't be streaming are going to be Monday because Wee Man has got his vaccinations. Maybe Tuesday, depending on how well he does. He might do better this time, but we don't know. And then Friday, Saturday, Sunday next week because I'm going to be away on our little holiday. But guaranteed I'll be streaming now all the way through till Sunday and hopefully Tuesday through Thursday. So by then, hopefully 30k line will be complete, and then when I come back, we can get started on Sign's commission piece next. Her lovely Night Haunt, which I still need to buy the glitter for. Because she got me thinking the other day when she was in the Discord posting pictures of her micas. If anyone wants to know what we're talking about using mica powders, we have a Discord link in the description down below. If you haven't already followed it, please follow that. We have a lot of fun over there. People can share their content and they can also be kept up to date on everything going on with stream content and us in general. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. We'd love to have you here. We are a small community, slowly growing, and we do love our little community. And if you wouldn't mind liking this video just to please the algorithm gods, that would be great. I sent you the link. Thank you, Gray. Much appreciated. I'm just starting back into painting this weekend. Got my Imogos. Ooh, and the Stormlord. Ooh. Imhotep. That's going to be a really, really fun piece to paint. How much of a break did you have from painting? Can recommend, and they don't fall into the expensive category. They're a really nice all-round set. I will have to have a look at those, Gray. Thank you very much. But like, no matter how much I want to buy, heyo, This just showed up on my recommended. We're hobbying here. We are indeed. We are indeed. We are currently painting 30k Lionel Jonson, or continuing to paint Lionel Jonson 30k. I have painted 40k Lion, which I'll quickly go grab for you guys actually, so you guys can see the comparisons. I keep doing this. I put stuff away to tidy, and then I remember I need them for streaming. Give me 1 second. Well, many years ago I fractured one of the bones in my hand, and it makes painting hurt after a while. I'm really sorry to hear that. I'm sure that would be very, very painful. Because just because it doesn't heal quite the same, does it? I love Lion. Dark Angels are my favourite Lotus chapter. They are mine as well. So this is obviously 30k Lion as we currently stand with him so far. So he's had all his base layers and some of his highlights, but we're going to be doing more of his highlights today and hopefully finishing him off, but we shall see. But this is 30k Lion. And I actually painted 40k Lion on stream. So if you want to watch the full thing, you can go back and watch the streams. But this is complete 40k Lion. We did this back in December. But this is 40k Lion, and I'm really, really proud of how he turned out. Like, he's still my favourite one I've done. So, but yeah. I wish they kept the black, red and silver colours for the Dark Angels. They're so much cooler. They are really cool, although I do like using the bright green. I use Moot Green as like a highlighting shade, which is which is quite cool. But yeah, I think it's pretty cool regardless. The Dark Angels are definitely a pretty daunting looking chapter. But how's everybody been keeping this week? Have they had a good week? You guys have Discord here? I'd love to show you my models. We do. It's linked in the description down below. If you follow the link in the description, you will find our Discord channel. You can post it in our public showcases section. Just picking up some more Ironbreaker. Lots of working. Glad it's the weekend. I don't doubt that at all. I've been sick as a dog, off work last 2 days. Oh dear, Gray. Oh no. Was this a lurgy courtesy of the wee one? She's always to blame. They tend to be, unfortunately. Not gonna lie, we spent the last couple of days because Mr. and I got home on Tuesday evening. And we've had really nice weather the last couple of days, so we've just been out and about and enjoying it whilst we've had it, because, you know, it's like in the UK, when we get sunshine, we have to embrace it, otherwise we lose it, and sometimes it can be gone for a very long time, so. We've just taken the liberty the last couple of days of just enjoying the sun. Had a couple of alcoholic beverages sometimes in the evenings, just to relax as well. Although I will say last night was not a good night's sleep because the wee one decided that it would be a very, very good idea to fall asleep at like 9 p.m. and then wake up at 12, 2, and then from 3 till 5 be awake, and then sleep from 6 till 7. Yeah, UK weather is either pretty much rain or hot as hell. Exactly. And the weather the last couple of days has actually been really, really pleasant. Like, we've been going out first thing in the morning with our wee one, who are 12-week-old. He's 12 weeks old today. We've just been taking him out, going to get like a coffee, or meeting up with his godfather as well a couple times. So we've been trying to enjoy the weather whilst it's been here, because today it's already gone a bit more grey and overcast. So I think we're predicted to have a bit more rain again in the next couple of days, at least here. It was 19 degrees down south here. Yeah, it got to 19 degrees here as well. It was at clear skies for the better part of 2 days. We have clear skies in the UK in spring. Now that is unheard of. Normally it's clear skies, and then the minute it says clear skies it gets to rain. Hello Krytor, how are you? All I have to do for your model now, Krytor, is varnish him, and he is ready to be sent off. So this week I will be sending him off. Now Mr. Nerd is back. Been a while. I'm off out on a hen do, so won't be around long. No worries. We hit 18 degrees apparently. Apparently. Sounds like you're going to have a lot of fun, Krytor. But yeah, we've had some nice weather, so we've just been kind of enjoying it a little bit. But as a result of like going out on these walks where we're doing minimum 10,000 steps, sometimes more a day. Sometimes when we get back, I'm like, okay, I'm really tired now. And obviously then still having to mum and then host in some cases. Never been in a head do, but I'm my sister's best man, a new one on me. Aw. Hope you're well, we're good. That sounds really, really nice, Krytor, actually. Yeah, I think most people in their life, blokes, would expect to go to a stag do, not necessarily a hen do. But that's really, really cool. Signed isn't here quite yet. I think she's still at work. She's not in the secret chat yet. I'm in secret chat and I haven't seen her. No, she's I don't think she's actually got here just yet. I think she's still at work for a little bit longer. So she'll probably join us around 7ish. Give me one. Last stag I went on, it was in Amsterdam and we lost the groom. Oh dear, not good. Bear me 1 second, I'm going to quickly grab some different headphones because mine are dying on me. Let me just make sure you guys can obviously hear my desktop audio real quick. Hopefully that's okay and you can hear the music again. Had plenty of stags. It's my first time in a gay bar tonight, so this may get entertaining. It probably will get entertaining. Gay bars are extremely fun, actually. I've had a lot of good nights in a gay bar. I think as women as well, like a lot of my friends, we used to go out at a gay bar just because it was a really easy way to go out, have a good time, not really have to worry about how much we drank. You were getting to 700 subs now. I know, I'm really, really shocked. Shocked and amazed that we're getting so close to 700, but I think we're going to be at 700 by the time it's Mr. Nerd's birthday, which is next month. So I think by the time his birthday comes around, we'll be on 700 subscribers, which is wild. So really, really proud of how it's coming along. But yeah, gay bar was always a really, really good way of going out on a night out with your friends and then making sure that, you know, your drinks would be safe if you left them and you could have a good night out without really the risk of getting hit on. So specifically my friends who are like in a relationship, like myself and a couple of others, if we went out on a night out, we would just go to a gay bar because it was safer. We knew we wouldn't get hit on and we knew we'd have a good time. Went to a few drag shows at a few gay bars as well, and they're really fun. Ooh, when is his birthday? We'll be home for it. I think he's actually working. It's the 17th of April. I think he's working this year. We were originally supposed to be going away, but I was kind of holding off on getting all of the passports and stuff because I was like, let's wait and have a look at the schedule first. And if the schedule allows it, then yeah, I'll go ahead and buy passports for myself and the wee one. But obviously, because passports are not that cheap, mine needs renewing, and he obviously needs a whole new one. I was like, I'm gonna wait, just to be safe. But yeah, it's looking like he's gonna be working. He's pretty sure he's working on it, unfortunately. But we shall see. Figured out the parameters. Do it before the April price rise. I know. That's my concern, is like, I need to go and get it, but I need to get them done anyway. So, I'm probably going to do it in the next week or so anyway, just because I need to get mine renewed. But the problem is, I also need to I need to rebuy my driving license, which is, in this case, just a form of an ID for me, because I lost it somehow. So I need to get a brand new driving license, renew my passport, and get a passport for the wee man. So it's not going to be a cheap thing regardless. I booked Rome and Florence for my birthday. I've been a naughty boy. Well, that sounds lovely to me. Sounds like a great way to spend your birthday. But yeah, I think in the next week or so, I'm just going to go ahead and renew them, like renew my passport, get him a brand new one, and re-get a brand new driving license for myself with all my updated information, and obviously not lose this one. No, my luck though, as soon as I renew this one, I'll find my other one, because it's still got like a good couple of years on it, my driving license, but I've lost it somewhere. I don't know where. I've torn the house apart from like top to bottom looking for it. Can't find it. So I'm pretty sure I've lost it somewhere out in public. I just don't know where. But hey ho, it happens. Italy and birthdays are a good mix. It'll be my third time in Italy. Love it there. This is the funny thing, the only time I've ever been abroad was alone, and that was Germany when I was 18. I have not been abroad since. Not from lack of trying, but whenever Mr. Nerd and I have booked trips, like actually paid for trips, something has happened that has stopped us from going on that trip. It's really strange. So it's like almost like the universe does not want us to go anywhere. Life's getting very expensive, and all those things get more expensive each time you renew. Exactly. That's the reason why I do need to do it regardless, because I need my form of ID because I can't be carrying my passport around with me everywhere. Plus, my passport expires next month or in May. My passport expires in May. So I need to renew it before May anyway, in case we do go anywhere. So, just because he's off in April doesn't mean he won't be off in May. So I'm going to go ahead and renew them. Probably have to put them on my credit card, unfortunately, and then just pay them off gradually. But we'll get there. But it's like, when I was looking at the application process, it's like, okay, what type of driving license do you need? I'm like, I need a replacement, but I also need to update all the information on my replacement. So, oh no, my sister is like that. Every holiday they booked, something goes wrong. They won't let me use a passport with less than 6 months now. Yeah, I know. Like I've seen that, which is, to me, is madness. It really, really is. So I need to renew it regardless. Plus, my photo on there is 10 years old, so my passport doesn't look anything like me anymore. Well, it does. Obviously, my face is the same, just younger, and my hair in it is a lot shorter. So every time I show people my passport, they're like, I wouldn't be able to necessarily say this is like a likeness or much of a likeness to you anymore. So it's got to the point now where I no longer even look like my passport photo. So that is a problem. So since that's my only form of ID, I need it to work. Good old rules for the sake of rules. I know. It is ridiculous, but hey ho. It is what it is. Can't always fix these things, but it used to be 3 months to go, yeah. Now it's 6 apparently. My driving license has 16-year-old loggerhead me, hasn't aged me over the last 13 years. No, mine is, I had a pixie cut, which for those who don't know is like a very short haircut, and my hair is now, like you probably, as you saw in the last on our video, obviously we show our faces, my hair is now down to like mid chest, like midway down my biceps. My hair's really long now. Not to mention the fact that in that photo I was 19 and I'm now 29. So it's, and I'm about to be 30 this year. So it's, you know, it's definitely had its time. So when people say to me, yeah, you don't look like a picture anymore, I was like, yeah, because I'm not a teenager anymore. There's a reason why I don't look like my photo. And in my driving license photo, I have long hair. So my driving license one, I looked like myself. So that was the easy form of ID to use. Because that photo is only about 5 years old in comparison to my passport photo, which is 10. Halfway down your biceps, isn't that only like 8 inches or so? So from my from obviously head down to my mid arm, my hair's quite long. Very strange coincidence. We're the same age and been with our partners the same at the time. It really is. And we have the same hobbies and we both like Dark Angels too, so it's win-win. I remember back when I was 30, so many years ago. I hardly had the update. I dropped my driving license twice. Yeah, with mine, if I could find the blooming thing, I'd be all right because I look like myself in my driving license, and I would just need to update it in a couple years just for the sake of it running out. But yeah, it's just a case of I lost it somewhere. I have no clue where it's gone. technically I was a little bit naughty. Like I moved here and then I haven't actually sent it back off again to update all the information of me living in my new address. Because again, it's just ridiculously expensive to do that. So I was just going to wait until I needed to renew it because it was going to be renewed in the next like year or so. So I was like, I'll just wait until it needs renewing and I'll update all my information at once rather than sending it off to get the information renewed and then not having the actual time on it extended and then having to renew it again in like another like year or two just to get all the information done again. You'll have to let me know how much money you want for my request on Discord and I'll get them sent and transfer you the money. Honestly, it's however much you want to pay, really, Krytor. Like, because we're not asking necessarily for any money, so if you want us to do another piece, it's absolutely fine. Like I said, we already have all the paints. We have everything we need to do the piece. If you want, depending on what type of how you want the figure to look, especially if it's like the base is different, I could always work out the cost of what it is for the extra stuff we buy in addition, obviously not instead of excluding paints. So if we want to do like a custom piece for the base or something like that and just call it whatever that costs, which isn't that much, but we'll work it out between us. Yeah, Mr. Nad today, he was a little bit like worried about how taking care of the wee one would go whilst I streamed. Just because today especially, like he hasn't really settled for anybody, not even me. He's been really, really fussy. I don't know why. But as a result, he's like barely slept today, which is not the best. Still managed to cook a roast dinner though. Even with all of that going on, I still managed to cook a roast dinner for our lunch. So I'm quite proud of that. I message you on Discord, leave it in a sec, so have a good stream and say hi to Mr. Nerd when he's about. Catch you soon, later chat. No worries at all, Krytor. Have a lovely time. I'm sure you will. And I'll chat to you soon. But yeah, Mr. Nerd is just, we were just discussing it earlier, like what are we going to do when it comes to the streams, because I don't want to miss any more streams on account of him being fussy. But hopefully this taking him out and about for a walk system works. A good old fish fingers, beans and chips. You can't beat it. You can't beat it. But yeah, it was quite interesting because I was making a roast dinner, which was a pork crackling joint with some creamed cabbage and leeks, roast potatoes, roasted parsnips, carrots, and onions, kind of all in one big pot, and then making a gravy using all the drippings from the meat. So it was quite a substantial one. We cheated, had a Burger King, lovely. CBA cooking. I don't blame you, especially if you're not feeling very well. Yesterday we had we went out to like our favourite place for burgers, and it was so nice. So it was these like little places like it's like a hole in the wall, and it was so nice. Like every time we go there, the food's always spot on. So whenever we have the choice, if we go out and it's open, we're like, well, we don't need to decide. We know we're going there for food. Like the first time I went, I think I had steak frites, and then the second time I've gone, I had the fried chicken burger. I quite fancy agencies though. Yeah, to be honest, that's not a bad shout. I don't blame you for that one at all. I need to find a brush that will be suitable for applying some shade paint that isn't going to go on all splotchy, because my shade brush has definitely seen better days. Let's hope this one's okay. I'm going to go in with Reikland Flesh Shade over the... In fact, no, if I can find Seraphim Sepia, that'll be better. Cat, hello. Ah, perfect. Put my hands on it straight away. Now, it was definitely a challenge cooking a roast dinner with a newborn or a baby just hanging off your body because he refused to be put down. So that was fun. I'm having a cheat night tomorrow, having pizza from my local place. So much better than Domino's. To be honest, we do that quite often. Like, we'll go to Domino's only really for the desserts because I really like the cookies from Domino's. But the actual pizzas itself, I can pass on. Sometimes we've got one that isn't too far away from us. There's a couple of times where I've been walking past it when it's open. And I'm like, I feel like going in and just asking for the cookies. My cat is on the desk again. For those who are not familiar with Sid the cat, when he wants attention, he likes to unplug my camera. So if my screen suddenly freezes, it's not your internet, it's my cat unplugging my camera. So, trying to get my attention. So just be fair warned in case something suddenly freezes. I always preferred Pizza Hut to Domino's. I have to agree with that. I haven't been to a Pizza Hut in years though. Oh God. Cat, please don't sit on my wires. Might be an unpopular option. I just haven't been to one in literally years at this point. They do have a cream egg cookie at the moment. Oh, I don't know why I've got 4 cats. And right now, I've got 2 of the 4 of them causing me grief, and I don't know why. There you go. You want to chew on that piece? You can chew on that. Just don't attack my camera, please. We picked up some more grey stuff. And, the grey stuff, green stuff. And, it comes in like a little packet that my cat is trying to eat. Signed, hello. How are you? Immediately as I was talking about my cat trying to disconnect my camera, he immediately tried to. It's like he hears it and goes, oh yeah, I haven't done that yet. How are you, Signed? Are you okay? Ty was asleep for a few hours. Oh dear. Not gonna lie, yesterday evening, Mr. Nab was having a nap. Wee Man was having a nap but was restless, so he kept waking up, so I couldn't go to sleep. So last night I went to bed knackered, and then the friggin' baby kept me up most of the night. So I had a really, really rough night last night, unfortunately. My cat is really trying to eat everything. But your line looks great, thank you. I decided to reshade the underside of the cloak because it was really, really patchy and I wasn't happy with how it looked. So I'm just going in and reshading it now, just to make it look a little bit cleaner. We get to take little man to go and see the sea for the first time next week. So that's going to be quite fun. We also get to take him to the aquarium next week as well. He's never been to an aquarium, and next week he gets to go to one for the first time, so I'm really looking forward to that. I finished my basis for the Hellstriders yesterday. Ooh, very exciting. They look super shiny. We like a super shiny base, it's fun. My cat is now biting my laptop. Of all things, why are you like this, Sid? This is the problem. Mr. Nerd goes out and is like, don't worry, this is to make it easier so you don't have to worry about the baby and hopefully he'll sleep and all that. And then I have the issue of contending of the fact that I now have to fight off my cat to prevent him from trying to unplug my camera. Which is great fun. They do, I used Ardcoat for the first time. Ardcoat is amazing. I really love Ardcoat. So I'm trying to find methods of distracting the cat to hopefully get him off the desk. Please leave. I love you dearly, but please get off the desk. And Mica Flakes. They do look really, really cool. There we go, that's now had a second coat. Right, now to go on to highlighting the lion's mane on his back. I'm going to go in with a tiny bit of Carrick Stone for that, just for the edges. Cat, please leave me alone. I love you dearly, but I really don't want you trying to unplug everything whilst I'm trying to stream. Yeah, you can sit there, that's fine. Having to have a debate with my cat is not something I should be having every day. But it's one of those things where the minute I sit at my desk to do any form of painting for recording or for streaming purposes, I either have the baby attached to me and he then screams at me the entire time because he doesn't like me sitting down. And then I have the other issue of when I record or stream, the cat suddenly wants my attention in that exact moment and decides to try and start chewing on wires, which is not like him and it's not something he normally does. But he only does it whenever I'm streaming, so it's quite bizarre. Has anybody got any plans for over the weekend then? Depends if I feel better, but probably painting. Yeah, you said you've been sick as a dog, unfortunately. Might just be a case of the weekend spent recovering. sadly ready for a new work week. Do some grocery shopping and start painting the rest of my miniatures. Very exciting stuff. Because of the amount of clothes I go through with Wee One, I'm basically just going through his clothing, figuring out what still fits him, because he's growing like a weed. He's already in 3 to 6 month clothing for some of his stuff now. The stuff that no longer fits him, I need to take out of his drawers and put into storage. And the stuff obviously that does fit him, I need to then refill in those spaces and figure out if I need to buy anything else. Because in typical fashion, like when we told people we're having a baby, loads of people got loads of 0 to 3 and newborn stuff and up to 3 months. But then not very many people got 3 to 6 months, and they got loads of people got 6 to 9 months. So we've got loads of stuff for like the next part of his life, just not very many for right now. So I'm going to have to go through, see what he needs still, and then potentially go out and buy a few items here and there. Very thrilling stuff. It is indeed very, very thrilling stuff. Yeah, in the time that it's taken Mr. Nerd to walk around right now, it's gone from being like still quite bright to now being pitch black outside. So I'm very happy that I wrapped the wee one up before he left. Like I put him in a hat and a big fluffy coat and then a blanket inside of his pram. So hopefully that is enough layers for him and it's warm enough out there. Because the last couple of evenings, like, we've been dressing obviously for the warmer weather we've been having, and then it gets to about 5 p.m. and suddenly the temperature just drops off. And we're like, oh gosh, yeah, that's colder than I thought. Right, I'm going to go in and do some red highlights now. Starting with some Evil Sun Scarlet for that. The one thing I still need to do before I send Krytor's stuff off, and in addition to into varnishing it, is I need to, because I told him I'd do like a little list of all the paints I used so that he could copy it if he wanted to for any of his future projects regarding his Dark Angels to make them match. So I need to make a paint list and add that to a little box. I need to find a box big enough, because at first I was like, oh, do I just not send it assembled and let him assemble it? Then I thought, no, that's kind of like defeats the whole point of seeing the finished product. So as soon as I have a box big enough, which I think I have one in the house somewhere, I just need to pop Azrael, all well padded obviously, into that just to make sure that it doesn't get damaged in transit. But yeah, next week we have a 5-hour car journey with the wee one. So that's going to be interesting. It's going to be 5+ hours in the end, obviously, because we're going to have to stop more frequently to do changes and stuff with wee one. But yeah, it's going to be a very long journey for us next week. Hopefully it'll be worth it though. Yes, I made it to another stream. How are you doing, Glenn? I hope he can appreciate the journey too. Like, to be honest, I'm kind of hoping that he'll be asleep for most of it. So that way then it makes it a bit more peaceful for Mr. Nerd and I. Because it's strange, like he went from being like really, really good in the car, like you'd put him in, he'd cry for maybe the first few minutes, and then he'd fall asleep and just be dead to the world, to more recently fighting sleep to the point that he tries to stay awake in the car. And we're like, please don't do that. Please let the motion soothe you to sleep. But I think he's kind of figured out that he's not the one moving and the car is. And he's like, nope, I will not fall for your tricks. Just shaking up some Pallid Witch Flesh now to do the highlights on the more neutral tones. Yeah, it's 5 hours. We'll probably stop after about 2. Go get a bite to eat because we're leaving here at 5 in the morning. So we'll stop, get some breakfast, change the wee one, stretch our legs for a bit, and then stop probably about an hour outside of our final location. And then when we get into our location, I'll just change them again. So we're probably hopefully only 3 changes and hopefully no accidents whilst we're there. But we shall see. Because it's one of those things where, like, I'm normally awake at 5 a.m. now, so being awake at 5 a.m. is not going to be the problem. It's going to be getting up at 5 a.m. or before 5 a.m. A couple people were like, oh, should we go ahead and like book a place for lunch then when you get here? I'm like, I don't know what time we're going to get there. And I'm not going to put money on anything until I know closer to the time roughly what time I'm going to be getting in. So I was like, let's not book anything. Let's just go somewhere where we can just walk in. But yeah, I'm hoping that we can get him into the car relatively smoothly, and because it's normally his time when he's asleep, that he'll just kind of drop back off, and we can at least have the first couple of hours in like peaceful silence, and then by the time we get to our first stop is roughly when he'd be waking up to start his day. So that is the plan. It feels nice to actually get back to painting Lion. Just because, like I said, we took like a little hiatus, obviously, to paint Asriel, which turned out amazing. So now it's good to get back to 30k, just because then he's not being like left in the lurch of unfinished projects. But this is the perk of like streaming everything, is that it holds me accountable. So if ever in a situation where I'm like, yeah, I don't really want to finish that piece, I'm like, nope, there are people who specifically have asked to see this piece finished. I need to finish this. And obviously, I have other reasons to want to finish them as well. Because obviously, once it's finished, I get to see the final product and look at how cool it looks. But sometimes when you spend hours working on something and you take some time away, you're like, ooh, do I want to go back to it? It took me so long to get to that stage. This is still pallid witch flesh, by the way. But today, like, I've got a video I was going to finish when I finish this stream for today, because I have a second channel where I do lore on nerdy topics. Like, recently I've got back into doing lore on other things, because before I was specifically just doing Warhammer and Lord of the Rings / Tolkien lore. But in the last couple of weeks, I've done Resident Evil and I've done some Witcher stuff again. So that's been quite fun, because the little one's been so fussy today. Like, it took me half an hour to record like 8 minutes of audio. And I recorded it like 10 a.m. I didn't finish editing the audio till nearly 5 p.m. because of just how stressed and like overwhelmed he's been today. So when I finish this, hopefully he'll be nice and calm after his walk. And then I can just kind of baby wear him, finish my video, and hopefully get that out tonight, if not first thing tomorrow morning. Depends on how long it takes me to finish it and how cooperative the wee one is. But it should get easier going forward now that he's officially 3 months old. His sleep schedule should get a bit better in theory. But now it's just all about trying to start sleep training with him, which is going to be difficult. Just because I could see him putting up a fight for that. But the sooner we start that, the sooner we get a better night's sleep. So it's a necessity. Just picking up some Mechanicum standard grey now to do some highlights on the black. I officially got the specifications for that challenge now that my store is doing, so I can mix my colours. I just can't use any contrast paints. So I can mix 3 colours that I've got, which are a red, blue and yellow. So obviously all the primary colours, so I'm really winning there with that combination. In the sense I can do pretty much everything. I just can't use any contrast paints, but I can use black, white, lead belcher, any shade paint, any technical paint. Just can't use contrast paints, and I have to use those 3 paints, and I can mix them. So really, I've got a lucky combination, really. My old girl, my 13-year-old cat, just decided to jump up next to me for a little bit of love and attention. I love it when she does this. Like, she's very appreciative of the fact that I've got stuff to do, so she just sits next to me. She's like, I would like some attention, please, Mama. But I will not disturb your setup. So she's been asleep most of the day, as you would expect a 13-year-old cat to do. And now she's woke up. She's like, attention time. Give me the attention. So I didn't have that many black elements to highlight because I went over predominantly of them last time with green. Because I wanted to keep it obviously on that green scale. Yeah, I think it's got a few more creases in... Oh, the cat's knocking stuff off. That was me saying my cat's normally not very disruptive. Right, going back in with some more of that Pallid Witch Flash just to do the highlights on his outfit. On his, like, capey bit. I'm not sure what you call it. Shawl thing. But yeah, go do those highlights. And then once I've done that, I think that will be the main body of Lion done. And then we can start on his base today. I do enjoy painting the 30k stuff. I just don't obviously have very much of it. Wish I had more, truthfully. But that will come with time. There's no rush on any of this stuff, so... Like, obviously I have your commission piece to do next signed, but I also have my combat patrol to do and a few other things, so got many a project that still needs to be started. I think that's it, you know. I think that was the last highlight to go on. Might just go in on the red and do like a secondary red highlight. But yeah, pretty sure that's 30k physical Lion. All finished. But obviously we've still got his base to do. So we are not done with the figure overall yet. But I'll put him to one side. I'm sure if there's something else I need to do, it will come to me. But for now, we have this to finish. This Goliath monstrous base that has been actually the thing I've been dreading, not gonna lie. And this is the part that's been making me go, "Ew." Let me just get up my colours. Just putting up the photo of Lion on the Cell Colours app just so I can be 100% certain of where I'm placing colour-wise, or what I'm placing colour-wise on where. Okay. Picking up some Methystone red because I'm going to go ahead and do the sigils on the shoulders first. Unless, actually, what I might do is dry brush first. Because then everything that needs to be caught up in the dry brush is already done. I don't have to worry about bleeding my colours together. I think I'll do that. So I'm just going to go in first with a tiny bit of Cantor blue, which is the exact same blue I actually did the base with. But I'm going to lighten it up with some Russ Grey. So it's like that bluish grey shade. Just because it still has more of that navy undertone. Then I can just quickly dry brush it over any of the raised edges. And go from there. But yeah, I think I'm holding off on purchases just because I am going away on the next weekend. And where I'm going has certain shops that we don't have here. Like where I live now is so... It's more isolated, like on purpose. We obviously chose it that way. Where like if you want to go to even something as simple in the UK, somewhere like a Primark or even like a Marks and Spencer's for clothing or anything like that, like you have to get on a train and travel 25 minutes or so to get to the like the next available location, because it isn't one where I live. So like I'm gonna go in and actually like edge highlight these as well, but I just think because the pieces are so large, it's worth me just kind of dry brushing a little bit. As much as the base is really, really cool, it's obviously not the primary focus, Lion is. So like technically I could go brighter, but I don't know how bright I want to go with the blue for that without risking it being too bright. over the Mother's Day weekend grades? Did you guys end up getting up to much, or were you guys just too full of the lurgy to do much else in the end? And that'll do for dry brushing. Oh, it was mostly pretty chill. I was fine then. Oh, to be fine. And not feel poorly. Yeah, Mr. Nerd was still at work on Mother's Day, so it was just me and Wee Man on Mother's Day. But I got us up and ready. We went for a little walk in the morning, got a little coffee and a little cake, and then came home. And then I chilled most of the day and had like a little takeaway in the evening. Just going in with some Methystone red now. It's not a superior red, but it'll do. It's an acceptable one at least. It is, yeah. We literally, like, because it was just me and him, there wasn't really much going on. So... And I wanted it to be pretty chilled anyway. Like, I wasn't wanting any, like, big grand gestures or anything. Mr. Nerd bought me some presents. I opened those. They were very nice. And no, he didn't buy me Warhammer stuff. He bought me other kind of, he bought me other kinds of plastic. That are also acceptable, aside from Warhammer. aka Lego. And he also bought me a crystal tree and then a card. I think I'm due some new Lego. Absolutely, I think I would have to agree with you on that. Biased, but I say go for it. Yeah, I got Lego flowers. Actually, now I need to buy some supplies for the garden, though it is payday next week. Or maybe buy the supplies for the garden this week, be the responsible adult this week, and then next week Just putting it out there. Just saying. But also not saying. So you can't blame me. I'm also thinking of saving up for a film printer. I have payday the last day of the month. Yeah, yikes. See, with my job, even on statutory, even before I was on statutory pay for maternity, I get paid weekly with my job. So I do have that going for me in the sense that I don't have to wait until an entire month between paydays, luckily. But because of the fact that I get paid weekly, the income of what I get is not that much. So when it comes to the first of the month when my bills do come out, I have to make sure I've got enough money in there to kind of make up for whatever needs to come out. Also, there's that rumoured announcement coming out next week about the next 40k edition, so pennies will need to be saved for that. True. Very, very true. Little stretch. I think I'm going to go in with some metallics now whilst the red's dry. So of course we're going to go in with a tried and true, which is Retributor Armour for the edges. Feels a little weird holding something so chunky. Even though Mr. Nerd is home, I think we may have to get his parents to take the wee one for a day or so at some point in the next week or so, just because I think it's nice for us to have some time to ourselves. But don't get me wrong, it's mostly spent doing errands and cleaning, but it's still stuff that's a lot easier to do without a small child attached to you, which in my case it really is attached to me because he is a Velcro baby. Great, with just like a little bit of dry brushing and just really basic level painting is already making the space look a little bit more put together than just the solid blue that it was before. I'm gonna have to bounce a wee bit earlier than usual tonight. Time zones are a pit, and I have to plan my group tonight. Absolutely no worries. Great. Have a wonderful rest of your evening. Thank you for joining us anyway. How has work been this week for you, Signed, anyway? Has it been okay? Slow. So you've been very desperate for the weekend then? Not that I blame you. The thought of actually going back to work now kind of kills me a little bit. Not just because of the fact that obviously it means leaving Wee One, but when I'm due to go back to work, I'm due to go back in December. So it's like the busiest time of the year to work retail. So after being out of work for a year, going back in the throes of winter sales. Yikes. Yeah, I always look forward to the weekend on Monday. Yep. I'm exactly the same. Like when I was working, it'd be like as soon as I hit that first shift of the week, it was like, right, how many days have I got until my next day off? Or how many days have I got until X, Y, and Z? Yeah, I think one of the things I'd like to kind of ask the in-laws to watch Little One for is to actually for me and Mr. Nerd to go to the cinema or something like that. I saw that because Arch was originally supposed to be planning to join us today, but they've gone to the cinema, which is amazing. But it's made me think like I haven't been to the cinema in such a long time. I used to love going to the cinema, going to the movies to go watch a film. So I'm tempted to see if I can get the in-laws to watch him for just the sake of Mr. Nerd and I being able to go to the cinema or something at some point in the next week or so. See if there's anything decent on to watch. That's the thing, I don't know yet. There's been like a few adverts of stuff that I've looked at and thought, oh, that could be interesting. And then I remember, hang on, I have a newborn, or I have a baby. So, and there's like certain ones that I know only I would want to see and Mr. Nerd wouldn't. So for those ones, I'm going to have to like wait until they come out on like stores like Amazon and stuff. Just because I know Mr. Nerd won't want to go see them. These are already coming together a lot nicer just from having the gold and the red on there. I haven't been to a movie in a while either. It's one of those things, like when I was a teenager, it was like the only thing, aside from like going to like the odd shopping trip into like the local town to go and like buy some clothes or whatever. It was like one of the only things I was allowed to do was like go to the movies with my friends. So it's something I did like almost every weekend religiously for years. And in like early 20s, it was like, okay, let's go on like a date somewhere. Let's go to the cinema. Because it was like an easy date. I think the last time we went to the cinema was Christmas. Not last year, year before. I think. So it's been a while. I might be wrong. I can't remember. It's been long enough that I can't really remember that well. Last time I went, Encanto came out. So a very long time ago then signed. That was 2020? 2021? I don't know. Let's have a look actually. When did that come out? (2021). So a while ago signed. Used to go a lot more, but then COVID hit, and once it was gone, I didn't feel the need to go back to it. I agree with that. I think as soon as COVID hit, it kind of took away a lot of that magic as such, because obviously we couldn't go, so everything, all the movies started like they'd go into the cinema for like a couple of weeks, and then all of a sudden everything would just go to DVD or to like apps like Amazon or Disney Plus or whatever it was. So as a result, we really didn't need to go to the cinema as much anymore. Not to mention like the price of cinemas. It's not the cheapest place in the world. Not to mention going to the movies these days is expensive too. Exactly. Like, if you want to go to the cinema now, I feel like you have to either eat beforehand so you don't have to buy any of the food, or you bring your own snacks in because you just can't afford to buy the stuff there. Because everything's just so expensive. And like, I'm just having a little look now. Like, oh, what's a movie that's like I've been excited to come out? Like, the movies that I was looking at aren't even out yet. So as a result, like, there's not even anything I'd want to go to see in the cinema right now. A couple of my friends were like, "Oh, what about Scream 7?" It's like, I appreciate it's Scream, but it's also the seventh installment in that series, where the same tropes happen in every single movie. Someone's going to throw down, someone's going to fall down the stairs. Prices of food in the cinemas or concert venues, extortionate prices, absolutely. They're ridiculous. Like, in a Scream movie, someone is going to get thrown off a building or thrown down a set of stairs. Someone is going to get shot, preferably between the eyes. And someone's going to have, like, a turn where it's going to be like, I didn't expect it to be you. Like, there's always the tropes in the same movies, and it's the same one in every single one. So, as a result, there's not really that much surprise in any of it. Which is good. Like, some people want that, but sometimes you want to have something a little bit different. Like, we have a cinema where we live, but a lot of the time, the shows or the movies that we want to go watch, they don't show in our specific cinema because they're only like niche to specific ones. So we have to then travel 25, 30 minutes in the car to another cinema to go and watch a show or a movie that we want to see. So you've got that added price of their parking. And yeah, it just gets expensive. Like, it's genuinely cheaper to, like, if you have Amazon, to just kind of buy a movie off Amazon for a few quid and then go out and buy the snacks and stuff that you want to have and just stay home and eat it and watch the movie that way. Just because, one, you're in the comfort of your own home that way. So, you don't have to necessarily get dressed up. You can be comfortable and wear whatever you like. And also, it's cheaper, a lot cheaper. Like, I'm only going to be going on till 8 o'clock today. So, today is probably just going to be a case of, now we finished like the base of Lion. It's just going to be making this look pretty as such. And then I'm going to be going in and doing like a full scale grimdark look on this, because obviously they've all been shot up. They're all dead. They're not going to be pretty and clean. They're going to be filthy and covered in blood and gore. So once this is all like prettified, I'm going to mess it up big time. Exactly. The fee per month for streaming services is cheaper than the cinema ticket for one movie. Exactly. It's actually extortionate. It's painful. Like, the odd trip every now and then just to be like, oh, why not? But again, like, it has to be a really good movie for me to think, oh, I need to go see this now rather than in a few months' time when it comes to Amazon. Not to mention, your places like Netflix and Amazon do like original series now and like original movies. So, and they've got the budget to make them really decent. Obviously, they failed in some cases, but in other cases, they haven't. So, it's that part of you're competing with streaming services that are making good quality content in addition to streaming it. So you don't really have that luxury of being like, you can only watch this here. Feels weird, like I've been out, Mr. Nerd's been gone now for nearly 2 hours with the wee one. And I think it's possible he might be trying to stay out with the intention of keeping him out for the full 2 hours. So that when he comes back, he can kind of like just hand him off to me. And hopefully he slept for him and just behaved himself and not caused him any grief. But it's weird, like when I know he's home and I know he's not with his nan, to be like, why can't I hear my child? For these scars, I'm going to go in with some flayed one flesh. Yeah, I think like Mr. Nerd pays for Amazon, I pay for Disney Plus. I think Disney Plus is like £11.99p a month or something like that. And although my cinema tickets are cheaper, the cost of both of us going to the cinema is more expensive than a streaming service. So it still works out cheaper regardless. And then you buy the snacks and the treats and stuff like that on top of it. And it's like, yeah, it adds up. That's a pile of dead Night Lords. It is indeed a pile of dead Night Lords. Big pile of dead Night Lords. It's a nice pile. It is a very nice pile. And they're not just blue anymore. They have other colours on them now too. I still have to find the compressor for the airbrush that Krytor very graciously sent me. Like, I haven't used it yet. There are parts of me sometimes whenever I do this where I'm a bit like I wish I could just be done with this afterwards and like have a chill evening. Like once I've done streaming, just relax, switch everything off. But today I've got a video to finish when I'm done with this because it's taken me all day to finish it and I still haven't finished it because the wee one was being quite demanding. And over this weekend, I've got to get a video ready for Monday. Because on Monday, wee one goes in for a second lot of vaccinations. So I know on Monday/Tuesday, he's going to be very, very much like in need of my attention. And I don't want to be spending any of that doing videos when I know he needs me. So I need to get my Monday video ready by Sunday night. And I think what I might end up doing for Saturday's video is just, or tomorrow's video, I might end up just doing a short, which normally I would reserve specifically for Wednesdays. But this week's been like a little bit havocus, or a little bit more havocus than normal. So I think I'll put a short out tomorrow just so there's some content obviously coming out from us, aside from just our streams, for the people who don't watch the streams. Which I appreciate not everybody has the time to sit and watch the streams with us for a few hours, although we do appreciate everybody who is able to tune in. I'm just doing a little bit of cleanup. Round 2 for the vaccines, indeed. just in time for us to go away. So it's going to be a really, really busy week because I've got to get a video for Monday, a video for Wednesday, a video for Friday, a video for Saturday done, all whilst, you know, having a baby who's going to be quite sickly over the next couple of days because he's going to be feeling poorly. Greetings, Ubi Guy. How are you doing? Long time no see. How are you? I'm tuning in doing wax seals. Ooh. Very nice. But yeah, it's just going to be a really, really busy week. And my other channel, my second channel, my One Nerd to Rule Them All, has now got over 3,000 subscribers, which is mad to say out loud. I have over 3,000 subscribers on one channel and nearly 700 over here. Fine, thanks. Glad to hear it, Ubigo. 3K subs. Yep, 3K subs. It's like 3,400, I think. Now, I think I checked this morning, it was like 3,488 subscribers, which is mind-boggling. I'm like, how did that happen? When did that happen? But the problem with that channel isn't so much the subscribers. I've been getting the subscribers since day one because it's niche enough that I get people's attention and they subscribe to the channel. The problem is getting the watch hours up on that channel. As soon as I get the watch hours up over there, I'll be able to make money off of that one. Consistency and dedication. It is, I think, in fact, how old is my other channel now? Because this one's obviously just turned a year old. Which is obviously awesome. But I want to say mine's like 2 or 3 years old. But yeah, what I'll do is I'll have a quick look and then I will wrap this up for the night because I need to let this stuff dry before I mess with it anymore. So yeah, 3,480 subscribers is what I have on One Nerd to Rule Them All. And my channel is, when was my last video? 2 years ago, so it's 2 years old, my channel. So in the space of 2 years, I've got 3K subscribers. So I'm very, very proud of it. And yeah, hard work and dedication has definitely paid off whilst being pregnant and working consistently 5 days a week and doing this second channel. So it's been a lot of work and effort, but long term, it will be something that we can make money off of in some way, which will allow us to continue doing it and funding us to do it whilst doing stuff we actually enjoy. So at that point, hopefully the main plan would be able to do this full time and not have to have a job and this. So but yeah, we'll wrap it up there for the stream for tonight. Thank you everybody who tuned in. We'll give you one last final look at 30k Lion. Here he is in his glory. Obviously, it will look even better when the full piece is all done. But yeah, thank you everybody who tuned in today. We will be live again tomorrow where we'll continue doing this, finishing off the base. So if you guys want to see more of how this base comes together, where I will then be able to eventually soon make it super gory and grimdark, then subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on the notifications to let you know when we go live. But again, thank you everybody. Have a wonderful day or night, wherever you are in the world. And as always, bye for now, guys.